Welcome back to Kentucky Sports Television. Now, Big Blue Nation submitted questions for Mark Stoops on our Facebook and Twitter page. Here's the new head coach's answers to your questions, as well as the rest of our interview with him. Year one, obviously coming into a program that was 2-10 last season. I think most people think the talent was better than 2-10, and some guys that were injured and whatnot. What would you view at the end of your first season as success? Maybe not even in terms of wins, but just as part of your plan in year one, if at the end of the year you say this, we did this, and this was a successful year.
Yeah, I think first is the mentality. You know, I'd be very pleased if our team has a great mentality each and every day. Embrace the process. What I see right now is our team doesn't really understand the process. You know, they're all worried about results right now, and you know, just because there's a new staff here, just because there's some new faces around here, all of a sudden that translates to more wins. That's not true, you know. And the only thing we can control is the process of what we do, how we go about our work, and how disciplined we go about that. So from right now until end of spring ball, it's just about doing things right, competing at a high level. Playing with the energy, playing with the discipline that we need. And so those are things that I'm looking for early.
Is there a challenge when coming into a new program and getting with the guys that are here and saying, look, these aren't Stoops' guys coming in and you're the previous staff, we're Kentucky. Like, we're all together and kind of getting them, because I'd imagine for some of these guys, they see big-time recruits coming in, maybe a change of philosophy, and it makes you wonder. I mean, they're kids. Is there a challenge at all in that, or really putting maybe importance on saying, guys, we're all Kentucky together?
I don't believe that'll be a problem. I think once they get to know myself and this staff and get to work with us, that it's our job to put them in a position to be successful. These are all our guys, and we're going to train them as hard as we can, and we're going to be with them as best we can and give them every opportunity to be successful. They deserve that. They signed up with Kentucky. They're our guys, and we're going to coach the heck out of them.
We asked some questions before we let you go on Twitter and Facebook. We let fans submit some questions, and we didn't. There's nothing off the wall. So the first one comes from Ronnie Cravens. He said UK has always struggled in the SEC. What was it? I know you talked about facilities and things like that. They really convinced you and said this can be different. I can make a difference and put this team in a competitive level.
Well, I think it's a great place. It's a great university and a great place. It's in the best conference in the country. We've shown in a short amount of time that you could recruit to a high level. We need to continue to recruit at a higher level because everybody in our conference recruits well and is successful. It's a very competitive league, but that's what you want as a coach and as a player. That's what you want is a high level of competition. That's why we're here for, and that's just what we believe. That we just believe that we can put them in a position to be successful and win games.
Another one from Twitter from CMD77 says, what have you learned from your brothers, their successes, their struggles? What have they kind of taught you as you come into this job?
Yeah, I've learned a lot from my brothers. Of course, all the ups and downs. I was with Bob. I've watched Bob very closely. He's been a head coach, I think, going on 14 years somewhere in there. And Mike, of course, I was with Mike the first 6 years at Arizona, and saw all the ups and downs and the good and the bad. And I think it does help me in a lot of ways. And I try to keep all those things in the back of my mind, just decision making with staff and keeping staff accountable and recruiting, just a lot of different things. How they handle the media, I always respected the way they held themselves to a high regard and did things the right way. They're not always perfect, but they really try to do things right.
Jason Crafton asked on Facebook, how well have you gotten to know the players? Are there any of the guys that were here before you got here that really stood out, whether it's as leaders and things like that, or just you've really just said, you know what, we can really count on this guy to this point?
Well, I think I've been encouraged with their attitude. I think as a group, I think the group has been they've been good. They're eager. They want to win. They want to be led. They've been. We still need to learn to do a lot of things better. We need to push harder. We need to be more disciplined. We need to finish drills. Compete at a higher level. But I think the attitude is there, and that's a great start. So it's our job to lead them and put them in a position to be successful. But overall, I feel like it's a good group of young men that are eager to learn, and I'm excited about getting with them there this spring.
Gary Dearborn on Facebook said, what are your thoughts on high school football in Kentucky? I know that traditionally people have said you can't really survive in the SEC just recruiting. How much will the state of Kentucky factor in to your recruiting classes as you go forward?
It's most important. It's the most important thing. I think we showed that this past season. We didn't get every top player in the state, but we got our fair share, and we got two great ones. And so we're very excited about the two top level guys that we got in Ryan Timmons and Jason Hatcher, and that's a great start. And you know, this is our home state, and we have to secure our borders and recruit here at a high level. We understand maybe you may not sign, you know, an overwhelming number of players from this state, but there are quality players here, and we've already done a good job of getting 2014 and 2015 guys on campus here and show them the importance and show them how important they are to us and our success.
And the final question, it came in from a lot of people in different variations. They want to know if you can today commit to Big Blue Nation that going forward in recruiting, you will recruit more players who are sons of professional wrestlers. That was a huge hit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anything, yeah. We'll get some guys in there and do a little something before or after the game, you know, get the ring going.
Yeah. All right, Coach, thank you very much. Appreciate
you got it. Thank you. Yep, take care.